Hello, my good people. Eric here, and this is the review of the first episode of Bulgasal Immortal Souls on Netflix. I think it was about an hour long episode. It is a Korean drama fantasy thriller, and it's wild. It the setting's hard to pin down, but the first episode mainly takes place in ancient Korea, I guess I would term the Goryeo period. So, let's see. I'm just gonna do spoilers. This show is coming out one episode every couple days, once a week. So I'm just gonna do one episode reviews, maybe two to three, whatever I feel like doing. But I'm just gonna review this first episode for right now. That way I can continue to watch more. Because by the end of it, I enjoyed the first episode immensely. Immensely. There was a lot to process. There was a lot going on, and it did one of my favorite things, and I'm not going to say that exactly what that is right yet, but by the end of this episode, I mean, I can't wait to go watch episode 2. It is thriller, extremely freaking creepy at certain points in time. Maybe borderline horror, just because the nature of what's going on in this episode, but Bulgasal, I think I'm saying that right, Immortal Souls. Bulgasal is a monster of it's a monster, it's a myth. Let me put it that way. It's a myth in Korea. Oh, I don't know, but in this show it's a myth that pretty much will curse will curse a human being to where they live an immortal life. They cannot do any they cannot die, but in turn, it sounds good, they cur they are bad luck just by being around them. These cursed humans curse who they're with and bring about a terrible misfortune with somebody when they're with somebody. So it starts off with well, I'm almost gonna have to rewatch it. It starts off in the very beginning with a confrontation between our main character and a woman who is saying I've been looking for you for all this time and I finally found you, and they're on a bridge and I think they start fighting. And then it gets to my favorite part, which I love when this happens, is you get a taste of what it's like in the present, and then we go all the way back to the past and build up to the present. So it does this. It's almost like a foreshadow, flash forward or something. You get just a couple minutes into the present time, and then you go way back. And in this case, we go way back to our main character when he was a kid, and like from the very beginning of how he was born, and that is messed up. And this reminds me so much, if anyone has seen Berserk, this is exactly how Guts was born. Is his mother, they're on a pilgrimage or something. Not that part, but they're on a pilgrimage, his mom and dad, and they run into a monster. And this is like 600 years ago when monsters and yokai, those type of evil beings roam the earth, and they run into one, and it's got three eyes. Freaking disgusting. It kind of reminded me of like a zombie, but it was sentient. It wasn't like stupid. So the mother had a feeling that her child was cursed already. She was willingly going to die. Walks up to this zombie nasty creature. The zombie wants nothing to do with it. He's not going to kill her. He walks away. Okay, something's going on here. Um, so the whole time they're thinking the child's cursed. The mother can't live with it. Like, she was willing to die. She can't. No one will kill the child. Nothing. No one will do anything about it. So what does she do? She hangs herself. which is just so freaking, bro. This is, it is so graphic. So there she is in this tree. The father is look. We see her in this tree hanging, and the baby drops out of a dead body. Like, the child's cursed. I mean, born from a dead mother. That's how Guts was born in Berserk, which, whew, just cursed, man. I mean, that is so wrong. So at this point, the father has the baby, and he doesn't. He's just shocked. He don't even know what to do. Just, what do you do at this point when the mother wants to kill the baby, but she can't do it? The father wants to kill the baby, but he can't. But the baby is still born. If just that scene, just, if you don't do anything else, just watch it for that scene. Like, that is so messed up. Whew, South Korea, you've got problems here. So we get how the baby's born, this child of this child of the curse, the Bulgasal curse. Meanwhile, this old hag witch doctor is saying the Bulgasal has cursed his child. You need to kill it. Whatever. So once again, another one of my favorite things of all time. We get a time skip. Yes, I love time skips. So freaking awesome. Let me check my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. Um, yeah, so that was 600 years ago. We get a time skip of 10 years. Awesome. So now the child is 10 years. He, at this point, is not feral, but he is just living, somehow surviving by himself out in the woods with a little bit of help, but he is surviving alone because the villagers believe that he is cursed and that he's bringing about misfortune. Meanwhile, during this whole time, during this, what's going on in the village is something is slowly killing the villagers in a bloody, horrible mess. I mean, dragging them off, blood trails everywhere, and they're getting scared. This witch doctor keeps singing, thinking it's Bulgasal, the cursed child. We need to kill the cursed child. So this innocent, sweet kid, it's doing nothing. Like, he is just trying to survive, and the villagers are, we need to kill this kid, whatever. So they go after him. Lo and behold, they end up cornering him and kill and into like a thing of a frozen lake. He falls. Somebody saves him. Right? Yeah, someone saves him. We don't know who yet. We just know someone saves him. Okay, so he is alive. He finds out that the villagers are trying to track him. Whatever. He runs. The villagers end up cornering him once again, and they're about to kill him. Next thing you know, a woman steps in. A woman that he feels he knows. A woman steps in. They kill her. He survives. He's about to die. Boom. A Korean general who was passing through ends up seeing all these villagers trying to kill this little kid, steps in, says, "No, you're not doing it. I'm going to adopt the kid." Witch doctor, meanwhile, is like, "Listen, bro, you do this, you're going to be cursed. We need to kill this kid. You're going to be cursed by Bulgasal." Okay. So then one of my other favorite things happens. Another time skip. What? We've had a flashback, and then we got two time skips. I mean, it doesn't get any better. Now we're at early Joseon period. So, couple tidbits I noticed right before that, within those two time skips there. The blood did look a little CGI. It's just something I noticed. Nothing that, I mean, I'm gonna watch more of this for sure. Um, but yeah, it definitely looked a little fake. But maybe look because there's so freaking much of it There is so much blood in this, like it's unbelievable. Um, we At this point, you know that the woman that we saw that died in this flashback is the woman that he meets 600 years in the future. So we have an understanding that he somehow he knew her from the beginning. And then the general Hall, I just that was a really good moment. That was right before the next time skip. That was just a really sweet moment about how Hall was how he was given a new name. So then we skip 17 years in the future and he's what is that 20 is he 27, 28 years old and he's married. And that took a minute to get used to, but married with kids, and he's a demon hunter, and I love him and the general. They're hunting the last demons on this on the wherever they're at, right? They're trying to expunge all the demons from the world, and they've got one more to go, maybe two. But that was freaking awesome watching him hunt demons. I hope we get in more of that. But super creepy, man. I mean, the last demon being in the woods, and that demon like a beautiful woman doing her like lullaby screeching, causing all the people to kill each other. And then here he comes, Wall, throws that spear, and then she transforms into her true form, this nasty ogre giant dude. He ends up killing her. Well, the giant curses him. No biggie because he's cursed for life, anyways. But that's the end of the demons. Wrong. It's not. You think it is. Um, that's like you think it's the end of the demons, but Hwal, the cursed dude, knows it's not. He knows Bulgasal is out there. He believes it. So what does he do? After you see his family, he just had a newborn, which this took me a minute to realize, but he had a daughter. He had a newborn daughter that died, and yeah, she died of childbirth. So he had to bury her. Meanwhile, his son is bleeding in the eyes. Well, both of these curses were uttered by, like they said, you'll what was the curse? You'll get sand in your eyes or something if you're and you'll so these curses have come to truth. The witch doctor didn't curse him, but these are curses that happen when you're cursed by Bulgasol or whatever. So something's not. So he is convinced after being cursed that, and after having two kids with his adopted daughter's, his adopted father's daughter, there having kids with her, that Bulgasol is out there. So he takes his party raiding party, takes his son, and they're gonna go out there to find Bulgasol. She's got to be out there. So once again, he happens upon the villagers. They're about to sacrifice another kid to Bulgasol so they don't die. These villagers are crazy. You think, like, dude, what is going on? Is Bulgasol, is she real? Is she not? Whatever. They go on a raiding party. He ends up um, finding her. He ends up finding her, and then the raid party finds her, throws a spear at her, arrow at her and him. She just vanishes. She's like an enigma. Next thing you know, he's having a dream, tells him to go into this cave. Okay, well, yeah. So he's going to go in there, sacrifice himself, go into this cave. Dude. He goes into this cave. Meanwhile, Bulgasal, this beautiful woman, turns into a she-devil demon, nasty horror, awful, god horrendous sharp claw monster, and literally just wipes out the entire party while he's in this cave trying to find her. He runs back, um, and his daughter or his son and wife are no longer there, so he's starting to track him down. She is telling her son to get away for bloody murder. Like she's gonna defend him. Bulgas, this I can't believe this. I cannot believe this is just traumatizing. This is traumatizing, like for real. His wife is defending him. He hears his son crying because he's blind, calling out to his dad. He finally tracks him in the right location, gets to him. The son's throat has been cut. Bulgasal killed his son. So he's holding him in his dying arms. Goes, finds his mother, sees the mother, said, "Yeah, she made it. She died." Like this poor dude who's just been nothing but he's had nothing but bad luck in his life. Has been cursed endlessly. Has had an awful childhood. Finally found someone that sort of accepted him. Well, the general did, his father, but and then had a family. They both died. I cannot the amount of the amount of just awful things that have happened to this dude. So he's sitting there, Bulgasol. That was so freaking creepy when she's like hunting these people down. It was just like this shadow figure. This is the stuff that gives me nightmares personally. Makes me not want to walk outside at night. But it's just a shadowy, wicked, just a woman with sharp claws running quickly in the shadows from tree to tree, under the fog, just slashing. Just that stuff is so freaking creepy to me. And then next, he's holding his son. She's behind him, blood dripping from her fingernails. And next thing you know, she puts a sword in his back, kills him, which you think kills him, but But by doing this, does something. I don't remember. My memory is a little faded with this, but I don't remember exactly how it went. But somehow, the very last scene transfers something from him to her, and now he's got her powers. I don't know if she like took his soul. I think that's what happened. She took his soul, and now is he gonna become a demon? Like, is he now just he has had everything taken from him? What's gonna happen? So the actors were all really good, well done. Sometimes the Korean's a little dramatic sometimes, but um the setup is awesome with that beginning flashback. So at one point or another he's gonna get into present day Korea, which is gonna be weird, tracking down this Bulgasal, this woman who cursed him, trying to get out of the curse. So, yep, that was a wild first. That was a wild first episode. Looking forward to the next one. So, give it a shot, and I'll see you guys on the next video.